Hello and welcome to another lesson about Bluefort's license and subscription app, embedded in Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and supply chain, otherwise known as finance and operations. In this lesson, we're going to discuss delivery schedules. You could optionally use delivery schedules when part of your subscription promise involves delivering a product or a service on a separate cadence from the billing cycle of the subscription. To demonstrate this, I will jump right into the application. I will open Finance and Operations Client, move over to the Product Information Management module, Product, Release Product, and here I will look for my medical weight loss plan, which is this one, and I browse to subscription management delivery schedules, and here, as you can see, I've set up a default schedule for my product. So whenever I have a subscription product added to a subscription plan, by default this schedule will be automatically linked to that line. So let's drill down into the details. So as you can see, we have a schedule which is applicable from a particular date, and it has a cycle count of 12 months. The cycle length is every 1 month, and here we're saying that every 1 month for a period of 12 months from the start date we will be delivering these two items. The first one is a vaccine, which is a product which has a lead time of 10 days, and thus I have configured also pre-creation for this delivery schedule of 10 days so that the lead time can be covered to purchase or produce the item. And also there is a visit from a health professional. So by default these lines will be linked to subscription plan lines, which are referencing the product called Medical Weight Loss Basic Plan. So let's go and see this in action now. Let's go to subscription management cockpit. Let's filter on our favorite customer, Contoso, and to our Contoso patient. Let's create a new plan. We should use in this case the weight loss program, and we'll set it to be a yearly weight loss program subscription for 12 months. We will then create the item we saw before, which was the medical weight loss basic plan, which is a subscription product, and then we put in a quantity and a start date. Let's take the 1st of September and click OK, and then we can browse to delivery schedules, and as you can see now we have a delivery schedule automatically linked to this line. Of course we can create other schedules, so that is just the default one, and we can drill down once again into this schedule. We can edit it, and we can also add more lines to the schedule if for the specific plan we don't want to deviate from the default delivery schedule that we've set up on the released product. Please note that these items here, actually those are not subscription products. So the subscription you add to the subscription plan as a line, this will still be a subscription product, but the products added here do not have to be subscriptions. So these are physical products or services that we actually ship as part of our subscription promise. As you can also see, the cadence here is monthly for a period of 12 months, while the cadence of the subscription plan is yearly. So the cadence doesn't have to be the same, it can differ, the delivery cadence from the billing cadence. And what's also noteworthy is that here you can also set up daily, monthly or yearly cycles. So for example, if you want to deliver something once a week, you can set it up to be every 7 days, for example. And again, this does not influence in any way the billing cycle which is set up on the subscription plan. So they're completely separate configurations. Another thing to notice is that in this case I've set up a default quantity of 1, which was multiplied by the quantity of 1 outside here. So the default quantity still remained 1, but if you have a different quantity set up on the plan line, the default quantities that are set up in the subscription released product will be multiplied by the quantity out here. So in this case, if here I had quantity 2, not 1, in here my quantities will be actually 2 and 2. So that's the behavior. So now let's go ahead and publish this plan. Okay, and we can run the master process as usual, which is usually of course running in batch. And we can see that the system generated the usual action of type generate sales order invoice. So this is the billing action which we will firm and post in order to invoice our customer. It is a yearly billing cycle because that is how we configure the billing. And now if we move over to our delivery schedules and I click on related orders, we can see that the master process, besides generating the billing action, which it always does in any case, it also generated a sales order to our Contoso patient with the correct requested shipped and received dates, and it also created the lines with the correct items to be shipped to the customer. So with this type of vaccine 100 we will ship quantity 1 piece, and we also scheduled a visit by a health professional, which with the power of the Microsoft stack we can also of course synchronize that line over to Dynamics 365 field service and have that health professional visit scheduled over field service, which is of course very powerful, because then the master process is again a batch process which is running in the background and automatically generating these visits to be scheduled for our patients. So what's important is that now the sales order it started its own separate life cycle from the subscription. So from this point onwards, for the scope of the sales order, the standard process triggers as if it was a standard sales order created from Dynamics. In fact, the e-subscription order is not ticked there, as you can see. So it's a normal order. The standard procurement logistical flow and invoice flow can be has to be followed now to actually ship, pick, pack, ship and invoice the sales order. While on the other hand, the subscription itself the actions of the subscription will continue the life cycle within the license and subscription app, as we saw in the other lessons. It's also worth noteworthy to point out that the delivery schedules, once they generate a sales order, they also apply any entitlements which have been linked to this line. So usually customer entitlements are set up as well, so that the sales orders which are created are not chargeable. Because of course, if the customer is paying for the subscription, then of course he expects that some of the items we ship in the delivery schedules are given as part of the subscription for free, while others may be out of bounds and may be extra over and above for the subscription. Customer entitlements are covered in another lesson. In the other lesson, I will show you how to configure customer entitlements, and I'll also show you how the delivery schedule actually uptakes the customer entitlement, so that the sales lines that the customer expects for free as part of the subscription actually are given for free, and the invoice is not with a value which is expected to be paid by the customer. So this lesson showed you how to configure delivery schedules on released products, how these get automatically inherited to subscription plan lines, and how you can override the default setup inherited with your custom delivery schedule for the different customers or different plans, giving you high efficiency through inheritance, but also high flexibility through the changes you can do per line. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions or feedback, as always, feel free to get in touch with us at Bluefort, and we'll be happy to help you. Stay tuned for more lessons. Thank you very much.